What's up, guys? So today I'm going to go over the Fendi Baguette, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's the best everyday bag in my opinion. And so this is the size medium, and it comes in a couple of other sizes. Comes in a mini, which is maybe about comes up to here. But there's also a large, and the way you can tell between the medium and the large is the medium has 4 F's across, the large has 5 F's across. This is made of Napa leather, which is a type of lambskin, but it's very different from your typical lambskin that you might be used to on a Chanel bag. On a Chanel bag, we're all super nervous about using a lambskin leather bag because it can be really fussy in terms of it scratching so easily. This is super mushy and soft, but you just you don't worry about this in the same way that you do a typical lambskin leather. And so I'm going to show you kind of how I wear it, how it can be worn, what fits inside. And so this comes with 2 straps. This comes with this top handle strap, so you can hold it like this. It also comes with a longer strap, which is fully detachable, as you can tell. This top handle strap is also fully detachable. And so you really have a number of different ways that you can wear it. I've also attached, because I'm a little strap crazy, I've also attached a gold chain strap, which is not part of the Fendi bag. It's just a completely different accessory that I've just attached just to give it a little bit something extra. And so it's really versatile. As you can tell, it's a pretty structured bag if you have stuff in it, but it does kind of, it is a bit malleable. And some people will love that, some people will hate that. I personally love it because it's still somewhat structured, but it's not a sloppy mess. It just shows something very casual about it, and so it makes it super easy to use. So it is very durable. The Napa leather is very soft and smushy. It doesn't scratch very easily. I've had this for a few years now, at least 3 years, and it is well loved and well worn by me. So it doesn't scratch very easily like a Chanel lambskin leather bag. Napa leather is usually made of lambskin, but it's treated differently in a different tanning process, I think, and so it makes it a lot more malleable and just a little bit more hardy. There are logos on it, as you can tell, but it's a much more subdued logo. It's not like in your face. The magnetic clasp is also more subdued, so if you know, you know. I mean, most people will know depending on what city you live in, but you'd have to be up close to see what kind of bag it is if anyone really cared that much. So I'm going to show you what fits inside of it and switch, just to show you. There's no back pocket, but just to show you what fits inside of it. But before we get to that, let me just quickly, before I forget. So there are, this is the ring, the D-ring, where you could attach the straps. So there's 2. There's one on the side, and then there's one on the side, but more on top. So if you wanted to adjust the length slightly on the crossbody, for instance, instead of putting the crossbody strap here, you can put it up here. So, I mean, it's a minor thing, but it's nice that you're not putting 3 different chains on one ring. You've got one ring for the crossbody, you've got one ring for the top handle. So worth mentioning, gold hardware, also magnetic clasp. So love this, but let me just show you quickly what can fit inside, and let's just change the camera position. Okay, so I'm going to show you what fits inside of the medium Fendi Baguette, and these are typically things that I tend to carry on a day-to-day basis. And so I'll just show you quickly inside. It is a black interior made of fabric with a zipper inside. I don't use it, so I never really use the zippers inside of bags, especially when they're flat pockets like that. But anyway, it's a pretty sizable capacity. So I'm going to show you what fits inside here. Typically what I carry with me is a wallet, and this is a thin wallet, but it is quite long and stuffed. Next, I have the Bottega Veneta key holder. I've done a review on this previously on my channel where I compare this against a 6-ring key holder and how it compares. So it is quite large and sizable compared to the typical. So that fits, no problem. I have a coin pouch, which I typically carry, Tic Tacs or a hand sanitizer, which I don't have with me at the moment, lipstick, Aleve medicine, glasses if you wear them, or sunglasses, and there is plenty of space, plenty of space. You could put more in there. And then it just magnetizes shut, and you can see that there's a little bit of dipping here, but that's what I feel like makes this bag so casual. That's what I like about it, because it's not so stiff and buttoned up. It makes it, it's not sloppy, but it makes it relaxed, and that's what I love about it. And so if that's something that really bothers you, you need a super structured bag, this may not be it, or maybe go for the mini, because I doubt that would do this as much. This I love, this is just the perfect amount of slouch in my opinion. So that's what fits in the bag. Now, if you wanted to, I know some people like to carry a junk drawer with them. So let's say there's a mini pochette with my long wallet still. Glasses, always need my keys. Could that work? Yes, it could work. That's no problem. And if I wanted to also add, you know, a couple of other small things like my medicine, let's pretend this is hand sanitizer. That works perfectly too. So, you know, plenty of space and nothing that concerns me about scratching the inside or damaging it or, you know, warping the shape by putting too many things in there. There is, and clearly a phone is going to fit in here. So there is no concern about whether I need to downsize and whether I need to be really careful about how I put things in. You know, sometimes you have to play Tetris when it's a much smaller bag. And so as far as wear and tear goes, this is worn really well. As I said, I got this, I want to say maybe 2018-ish, and the wear and tear has been great. I mean, there's no, I'm not careful in terms of really anything. I mean, I'm careful with my bag, but again, I don't baby my bags. No color transfer. I don't think about, oh, am I wearing something dark? Is this gonna color transfer? No, no color transfer, completely clean. And the corners also look fabulous. You know, and I do wear this in the summertime, let's say with a denim jacket and a blue denim jacket, and I have no problem with that. And just a bonus tip, if you do want to get a Fendi Baguette, sometimes they have them on 24s.com website, and oftentimes because you don't have to pay the VAT tax, you get a better price. So they don't have a huge selection on baguettes necessarily, but they're, you know, you can find some on there, and you can pay a little bit less than you would if you paid in the US, for instance, at your local boutique or on the Fendi.com website. So it is something to consider and worth checking out if that's something that you're interested in. So I will show you some quick live shots. So it's such a wearable, throw it around type of bag. And so this is why I think the Baguette is just such a great bag. Now, if this were sequins, I would feel differently. I would never wear a sequin bag simply because that's not my style, but also it's just such a delicate finish. But in terms of a leather, this is fantastic. I love it. They also have it in canvas. They have it also in sheepskin. I'm sorry, sheep's wool, whatever, the fuzzy sweater stuff. So this is with my items still in the bag. I'm gonna show you how I typically wear it, which is you can wear it in the crook of your arm. Obviously, top handle. I'm 5'2" for reference. So that's top handle. You could potentially wear it like that, but not ideal. If you wanted to wear it on the shoulder though, probably you might want to wear it with a longer strap. I'm wearing a chunky sweater and it's completely fine. This is how I wear it crossbody, and it kind of hits me at the top of my hip, so it's not too low. And I feel like the way this hangs and where it hangs and how it sits is perfect. So this is what I mean when I say that there's a little bit of slouch, but really the slouch is not that noticeable. It just molds to your body, and it's because of the type of leather that it is that's so soft and smushy that it just really rests against your body very comfortably. It's not like, you know, sometimes you have a much more structured bag and it can feel like there's like a mailbox hanging off of you. This is just right in terms of size, capacity. You know, as I just showed you, it really fits the perfect amount of what I need on a day-to-day basis. And this is why I think this is the best. The Baguette is the best everyday bag, at least for me. Obviously that's very subjective and it depends on your lifestyle, but if I only had one bag, this is it. It's, you know, your classic flap type of look, which makes it really nice, but the versatility of crossbody, shoulder, hand carry, top handle, you don't have to downsize. You can carry everything you want. You don't need to play Tetris when you're putting things in and out, and it just really holds its own very nicely. You know, as I said, the slouch is not that bad. It's just molding against your body. So this is how it looks. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm 5'2", so this is a 5'2" frame. And as I mentioned, you know, I don't worry about color transfer. Maybe I would if this were white, but even a light pink, it's just not something I ever worry about. That's not to say it's never going to happen. I'm sure if I really wore something heavily dyed and it kept rubbing, it, you know, might do some color transfer, but again, I'm not overly, I don't overly think about those types of things necessarily. So hopefully that helps you in terms of whether or not you think this is a good bag. I'd love to know what your favorite bag is in terms of your everyday ride or die. For me, there's a close second behind this, probably the Chanel 19. That's a really good one too, but in terms of an everyday bag. But I think this is just a little bit more subdued, and so it's a better option for me. So I love this. Check out some of my other videos in terms of styling videos and handbag reviews. I would love to see some of you subscribe and share comments in terms of what your favorites are. Let me know, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.